In Sonic Forces, you're the hedgehog to hog edge, dress up freaks, pretend you're still relevant, and further cement Sonic's tomb in the realm of 3D. If Sonic Mania was a game made by fans, then this game must have been made by deviant artists because holy wow does it reek of fandom garbaggio. Nothing about this game is really that interesting, and the story, no matter how you spin it, really does just seem like some kid's fanfiction. Whether it's from the "he's faster than Sonic" to the villain being edgier than a knife made out of several other knives that each killed babies, to just the weird way that Sonic interacts with your custom character. He's always saying things like, "Whoa, you're so cool, partner. We can do anything with the two of us. I want you inside me, partner." I don't think they really knew what they wanted. I mean, obviously they wanted a darker story, but you have moments where they're like, "Oh geez, Sonic's been tortured for months." And then it just cuts to him being like, "Wow, whose leg do you gotta hump for a chili dog around here?" Plus they're doing the whole, "Oh geez, all these villains are back." And Chaos, who is my favorite, literally walks up to Tails and classic bonks him on the head and then he's just gone. He doesn't even have a boss fight. It's weird having this bleak timeline sort of thing, but still having Sonic and pals being their own cheesy selves. Is it supposed to be cool, like laughing in the face of danger? It's just bad. It's also weird that every cutscene is super short, just fades to black and goes into mountains of this cheap little talky text scenes. By the way, whoa, spoilers! But literally everything in Sonic Forces happens because Shadow calls Mr. Edge ugly and weak. That's Infinite's great backstory. But the only thing worse than the story is in fact the gameplay, because it feels like a bag of bricks is thrown at you no matter what you do. I'm not a huge fan of Boost Sonic. Generations was alright, Colors was hit and miss, and I did actually like the day stages of Unleashed, but Hallway Simulator featuring press boost to win was never really my cup of tea. You can tell all the game ever wants you to do is move straight, and yet it insists on having multiple places where you need to try and move in a 3D environment, and it feels more like you're fighting the game itself rather than anything it throws at you. The physics in this game are janked up, there's no denying that. Nothing feels fast or fluid unless you are thrown forward with one of a million boost pads, and even then you're more than likely to come to a grinding halt by something. I mean, in one of classic Sonic stages, to start you're going down a slope, and it doesn't even let you build up enough speed to go up a ramp right ahead, and that happens multiple times. Classic Sonic, whereas he used to feel good in Generations, feels insanely sluggish in this. I guess because they put such a focus on the drop dash, but he certainly doesn't feel fast, and now even his levels are filled with boost pads. Modern Sonic controls as well as you'd expect from boost shiz. Like, that's it. It's the same exact boost shiz that all the other games have had since Unleashed. The game will constantly fight you to try and keep you on a set path until it forgets how it's programmed and randomly hurls you off a curve or something. Half of the stages are just hold boost to progress until you hit a wall, and then jump and boost again. Enemies are literally nothing but boost fodder. They're not a threat. Homing attacks feel less like attacks and more like Sonic being punched in the gut, as they kill all momentum that you might have had, but so does anything and everything in this game. Plus, I don't understand why you have classic Sonic if you're gonna fill modern and custom character stages with side-scrolling garbage too. Oh right, the custom character. They're a joke. The custom character was someone saying, okay, but what if Sonic wasn't fast and... Well, that's it, because that's all it is. They're just regular Sonic stages, but you move even slower, and it throws a million enemies at you that all die instantly because you held down right trigger to use your weapon. Unless, God forbid, you use one of several I need to stop moving in this game about speed weapons. Not to mention they have this grappling hook, which replaces homing attack essentially, but whenever you need to use it, the game just does it for you. Never have I struggled to control a character so much in this game. I don't even know how to properly explain how difficult it is. One moment it feels like my character is dragging behind a giant boulder, other times it feels like an invisible man is knocking me back and forth. But more often than not, I was just getting frustrated that you go from 1 to 100 in terms of speed so fast that the platforming it shoves down your throat every 2 seconds becomes a chore rather than gameplay. Bosses are generally just hallways where you boost until you homing attack, or just... And then there's tag team stages where it plays like every other stage because the only difference in levels are your character models, but now you have an OP weapon and boost to win. And let's not forget the double boost area where you don't have to press anything at all and you just win. Sonic Team saw Zelda and Mario switching it up and doing some things for the fans and drastically changing gameplay. So they Sonic teamed it up and did a drastic change of their own by making everything slow as hell and pumping out the exact garbage that everyone expected rather than a new surprising garbage. They took a step forward with Mania and then shot it in the head and pooped on its corpse with Forces. The only semi-redeeming thing it sort of has is a decent soundtrack. I saw gameplay of it, I saw people mocking it, and I thought to myself, okay, but can it be that bad? And it was. Luckily, I only played enough so I could still refund it. It's just not a good game, and it's really only going to stand out to the people that in fact write Sonic fanfiction, jack off to the characters, or insist that their OC is canon, which I guess it is now.